Good morning, boxing fans. So I see that apparently Golden Boy is releasing a card that's not listed yet on BoxRock. Both Virgil Ortiz and Jose Ramirez will be getting back in the ring for 2024. This isn't a fight card I've seen anyone really talking about yet, and anyone that did see it wouldn't be super excited about it. But this is like the fourth or fifth card from Golden Boy in 2024. And obviously we all know Ortiz is coming back from health issues, moving to his second weight division. And as far as Ramirez, when was the last time he's fought? I can't even remember. I know he got married, walked away from a potential world title fight with Zepeda, and we haven't heard from him since, as far as I can remember. But one guy on YouTube, John Boxing, who consistently wants to criticize everybody that is not black and praise and justify every action that a black fighter is doing, of course, is attacking this fight and making it all about race, or this card. And the irony in this situation is it only exposes him once again for being a racist, because literally he's the only person even talking about this card at this time. And this is really what he does consistently. He looks for any particular thing he can make a race argument out of. Here, he's trying to talk about how if this was the PBC or black fighters, they'd be heavily criticized for this level of opponent. But we just saw Al Heyman in his last Showtime card of 2023, his last free card, the historical legacy fight, the last fight that was remembered from the PBC and Showtime, put out what was considered a shit card in December of 2023. A card where he had two old men fighting in Guerrero and Berto, a fight that nobody was interested in, a fight that wasn't relative or at all. Literally, if we never see these two fighters fight again, it will be too soon. But this was a showcase fight from the PBC on Showtime. Free, even though with a subscription. And then of course we had David Morrel, who's one of the best young fighters in boxing, take on a terrible opponent, right? Stopped him in 2 rounds, really showing you the level that this guy should not have been in the ring with Morrel. And I don't remember or recall really anyone shitting on Morrel for taking on this level of opponent. And you can compare this very similar to Ortiz versus his opponent, who he's going to be fighting in Delorme. And Morrel's opponent, Agbeko, I think that's how you pronounce his name. And the difference is that one fighter was actually a world title contender in multiple weight divisions, has a great resume against high-level competition, actually has very good wins on his resume, whereas the other guy is someone who's never fucking done anything except get knocked out by top-level competition. But yet you didn't see people going out of their way to criticize and hate on the PBC for releasing a card that was basically a waste of fucking time. You didn't see people going out of their way to criticize and hate on David Morrel, a very good young up-and-coming fighter, because he was fighting an opponent that was levels below him. Actually, people praised his performance in getting him out of there. You know that a guy like John isn't going to do that for Ortiz. He's just going to talk about how this was a fucked up fight, it should never have happened. Ortiz is allowed to cherry pick, whereas a black fighter would never be allowed to. Well, Morrel is black, and he is part of the PBC. So where does that leave your whole narrative? I know he's going to try to justify this, but this just once again shows what an idiot he is and how consistently he makes everything about race. We have real boxing coming this weekend, good boxing, and he'd rather make multiple videos trying to criticize Latino fighters and non-PBC events, as opposed to talk about literally what's going on in the world today. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments below.